Hello guys, welcome to another video where I go through my Medium membership that I bought. Look at me, I have a Medium membership and you don't. And I just made this video to rub it in. I have a membership, you don't have a membership. No, but I like to go through my Medium membership and just read some of the articles with you guys. This one is I don't know if it's kind of like a self-help type article mixed in with like a personality type quiz. I don't know, but it's called Four Really Small Things That Say a Lot About You. They speak volumes. Okay, it doesn't say that, but I added that in. Speaks volumes. And hint, it's not what you say. So guys, if you think it's something you say, it's not. So don't tell me, because I'm judging you from what you don't say. Yeah. Anyway, so let's go on to read this article. Okay, so have you been asked to say a few things about yourself? Perhaps you said you're a good communicator, attentive to details, or team player. The point being, we all define ourselves in a certain way. I mean, yeah, we all define ourselves in a positive way. Like, who's really honest going to start talking negatively about themselves to, in a first impression scenario, like a job interview? Who's going to be like, you know what? Don't give me this job. I am stupid. So here's the paradox though. It's not what you say that is an accurate representation of who you are, but rather what you show yourself to be. This is how people judge you. Because people are judgmental. You gotta be careful of people's judging. It's not the people who have the problem of being judging. That's the problem. It's the problem that you don't get judged. Good. Your fault. And they respond to the image you project. As such, it's critical to focus on what you do rather than what you say. Four really small things say a lot about you. Okay, let's get into this. Number one, how you keep your time. I used to be terrible at this. I end up rushing like a headless chicken. Eventually I got better. It screams inefficiency. I like to just skim read through this. I don't have time to read all of this. It's too wordy. Failing to keep time is terrible, but it's worse when other people are involved. You see, when you're consistently late for meetings, it shows you don't respect people because you don't put their needs before them. You're stealing their time and you disturb their experience. I'll agree with this one. I thought about this the other day. You get a certain amount of time, and everybody, all the resources people get, it's either you spend it on yourself or you spend it on other people. It shows if you're a selfish person or if you're not selfish. Like if you have a lot of money and you just spend on yourself, you're selfish. If you spend on other people, you're not selfish. If you get a lot of time, if you have a lot of health, a lot of time, and you use that time to spend on other people, you're not selfish. You know what I mean? It's what you do with your resources reflects your level of greed. So I will agree with her on that one. Sadly, no one wants to hang. If you want to keep your time and avoid the overwhelm that comes from rushing all the time, overestimate the time required to arrive to a meeting. For example, leave home 15 minutes later. Sadly, no one will want to hang out with you. Yeah. Okay. I mean, she's right in a sense. That does reflect a part of your personality. But you can't judge people off that. That might be negative in some aspect. But there's also a positive aspect in the sense that people who aren't organized with time are usually chaotic people. Like people who aren't organized, they aren't organized in one area, and they're not organized in all areas of their life. Like if you go to their house probably messy, or even their life is chaotic on a degree. And I used to be like that when I was young. But on the positive side, usually, they've done personality studies and psychology studies on this, and they found, the people that live chaotic lives, they do have a level of creativity and imagination compared to the people constantly organized and structured type people. So there is positives in a way with those different personalities, like the people that are just straight down the line. Like I have a friend, he's so organized and he's so neat and he just has everything structured to a T. But you go talk to him, so serious. It's hard to connect. He's just serious all the time. Even if he tries to make a joke, it's not funny. So, it depends on the personalities really. So anyway, how number two, how you engage in a conversation. Excuse me, guys, just prayer time. Anyway, how you engage in a conversation. A conversation is the most basic way of a human interaction, one that speaks volumes. I knew she was going to use the sentence. It speaks volumes. There's so much volumes that's being spoken about you. Like I just mentioned 2 seconds ago, so many volumes. Uh, Here's why. When you talk to someone and they pick up your tone of voice and the contents of the conversation, and whatever they pick up on makes them know who you really are. But there's one vital element of conversation that we normally overlook: asking questions. Asking questions can improve the quality of engagement. I'll give it to you in this one. Some people, they don't ask questions. They just go on and on. Like you're on the phone and they just keep talking and you're just like, ask shit about me. Like, wait, you still talking? Some people like this. I found this to be true, and usually they have some sort of ego complex too, like where if they talk about themselves too much. Be genuinely present. Give them your full, undivided attention. Put away your phone. Don't yawn or get distracted. Yeah, good solid advice. I'll give it to this one. That's good. How you dress. I feel like disagreeing. I haven't disagreed in a while, so I feel like disagreeing on this. This is probably bullshit. What you wear is how you present yourself to the world. The fashion industry is worth $1.5 trillion for a reason. Let's face it, humans are visual. Dressing well can influence your social standing significantly. So if you want to create, I'll just give you the green stuff. So if you want to create a lasting impression on people, you need to start wearing fashionable, smart, stylish outfits. Another benefit of immaculate dressing is that it speaks well of your character. Okay. Some things sure. It may look attractive to people and you should be neat and you shouldn't be a slob. That's for sure. But I don't think you have to be fashionable. Like to a certain extent, like you have to realize that like who are you wanting to attract? Like you're doing like this. This is the problem with self-help. This is what annoys me a lot of the time. What it does is that people try to manipulate the outcome. Like what people have is like a fear of a negative outcome. So they try and manipulate that outcome with all these twerks, and so they have a positive outcome. But in the end, you just get burnt anyway. Like to give you an example, let's say you meet a girl on a date, and this is a huge variable. Dressing well, looking rich, looking nice, or something. That's a big variable for her. And if you don't do that, it's a bad outcome. So you dress well, so you have a good outcome, so that she likes you, and you go on a further date with her. But then what happens is that you attract the wrong people. Like maybe she's just a shallow, vain person. Like, did you really want to attract her in the first place? Like, you should have allowed the bad outcome so you could have filtered those people out of your life. You know what I mean? And it's the same with women who dress like in provocative ways or sexy ways. It's like you just attracted a man who had sexual gratification as a top priority. And so he used you and he ran away. What did you think was going to happen? You changed the outcome, and by doing that, you attracted a bad person. You had a good outcome, but bad person. You know what I mean? Anyway, I don't want to keep going. I think you guys know what I mean. How you improve yourself. Reason I started waking up. Oh, here's some green writing. When you're doing your best to become the best version, you're prepping yourself to bask in the fullness of life. All you need is to make small changes, and over time, the compact effect will transform you. And this lady got 9,000 claps. Good for her. I think she's right with that. Like, just doing small stuff, and over time, like, you don't have to achieve everything straight away. Just by doing little things every day, you can erode away at achievements and use time in order to make big changes, small changes every day, make big changes through time. She's right on that one. But, the whole thing of like, that's what I hate about this like self-development type industry, where they're just like being the best version of yourself and prepping yourself to bask in the fullness of life. Like, that's like being the best version of yourself isn't life fulfilling. It's not. Like, even if, like, let's say you imagine whatever you want to be, the best version of yourself. Imagine it. You're everything you want to be. You're just rich, heaps of resources, just self-disciplined, just crushing it at life. Everything you're just crushing it. You have the structure, you have the partner, you have the life is just in control, and you're crushing it, and you love yourself. You look in the mirror and you're like, this is who I want to be. And then what? Yeah? You think you're happy forever? You think you're like, I can relax now. I'm happy. You're not. Like, human beings, we're very forgetful. We chase something, we get it, and we forget that we wanted it, and then we just move on to the next thing. It's like an endless cycle of desires. So you won't be happy. Even if there's no situation you'll be happy in, and there's no person of you becoming you'll be happy with. You only will be happy with God. And that's why, if you're not religious, maybe you should look into that, find some purpose in your life. If you don't want to, all good, whatever. This is not a preaching video, but that's how I found fulfillment in my life. And I found more fulfillment having less gratification and enjoying having less dopamine, and then having the odd dopamine. Really enjoy it. You get more fulfillment out of that by starving yourself from gratification and being close to God and enjoying the odd dopamine hit, not having it all the time. That's a relaxing, fulfilling life, and it's called asceticism on some level. So that's what my blog is about. No gratification. I have a web class. You can watch it online. And thanks for watching this video, guys. See you in the next one.